I'm literally reading this book with my soul. Anything can be life-changing in the right time and at the right place. If you are on a self-love journey, on a journey of discovering your true self and aligning with your home frequency, then you are gonna love today's episode, because I'm going to share with you 3 books that are perfect and very powerful for someone like you on an awakening journey, on a journey of loving yourself. So stick with me, because I'm going to tell you the magic that these books have been creating in my life, and give you some tips so you can know whether you should start from this book, whether you should get all of them, or maybe like only one is going to align with you. So stay with me. Welcome back to a Lyra Vega Universe, a YouTube sanctuary dedicated to the philosophy of self-love, where you expand your consciousness, create powerful change in your life, and align with your true, unconditional frequency of love. This video is a little bit of a different format, and I'm not quite comfortable sharing something personal to me. These 3 books are very personal to me. First, I want to emphasize that I don't like reading books like to the core, like, you know, freaking read the whole book. I love using the books, like reading. I often even like open intuitively to a chapter, and these books that I'm gonna recommend right now are like magical guidance books, because when I feel that I'm looking for answers, or that I'm feeling something coming through me, like a knowledge, a download from the universe that I can't quite process or put into words, I always choose one of these books. One of them my intuition will be drawn towards, and then I just open it. Always magically, it always opens to at the topic that I need the most in that moment, like the topic that I was asking answers about and guidance about. So this is why it's very very personal to share these books. So you don't need to read this book like from from start to end to see a difference in your life. You might find some of them even like hard to understand, but anyway, I will explain later. Make sure you use these books, not just read them for the sake of reading. Okay. So the first book is Frequency, the Power of Personal Vibration by Penney. And you can tell that this book has been in my bags for many years. I bought it actually in 2012, and the journey was that I wasn't looking to buy a book. My intuition, my guidance, my higher self brought me to this book, and it's by far the most powerful book on my awakening journey. I was just running some errands, and I was walking through a mall, and then I felt I was late. Actually, I was trying to catch a bus, and I had like 10 minutes before the bus, and I had this inner voice tell me like, wait, go to Indigo. Just go, and this is like a bookstore we have in Canada and US. So I was like, go to Indigo. I'm like, why did I forget Indigo? I don't need a book. Like, I have too many books that I haven't read at home. We don't need another book, and I'm late to the bus, so there's too many things going on. And then I just had this very strong pull to just go to Indigo. I'm like, okay, fine, like it's around the corner. Okay, good. I'm gonna go there, but I'm not gonna stay there more than like 5 minutes, because I need 3 minutes to get to the bus stop, and like, anyway, no more than 5 minutes. Okay, so I walked in there. I didn't even know what I'm looking for. Like, I did not need a book, so I intuitively just listened to my body and my intuition and walked to the shelves. That was a bookstore that very small, that they always change the layouts, and I wasn't even walking into there like maybe once a year. So I realized that I'm actually in the section of religious books and spirituality. Well, of course. But I wasn't intentionally going in there, and then I just felt like a strong pull. So then I was just passing my fingers through the bookshelves, and I just like got so energetically drawn towards this book, and like I saw it like this. So I mean, it's not the most striking, you know, how do you call this part of the book? I don't know. It's not the most striking one, right? I mean, yes, it has like this blue thing, but there were more striking books and like with more like interesting name. But I got drawn to this one. So this was the only book that I actually pulled out, and I started reading the description. I was like, I don't know why I need this book, but I bought it. I bought it because I had a very strong, powerful connection energetically with it. And like, it was like this, my soul was like, you need this book. And now it's like, I don't want to say like it's my Bible, but I don't worship this book, but this book has been like, it's magical. Seriously, I feel sometimes that it rewrites itself. So when it could be a very, like a little bit too advanced book, maybe it was for me at that moment, because I sat in the bus, I started reading it and I was like, I'm reading English, but I don't understand anything. So it was a little bit, the concepts were too advanced for me. So I just left this book and I kept like dragging it around with me. Like, I don't go anywhere without this book, seriously. And when I was in Japan in 2013, 2014, I stayed there for a year, I experienced a very powerful awakening and enlightenment. And suddenly, like, I had all these like downloads come through me, a lot of knowledge awaken in my body. I embodied a more powerful and awakened version of me. So then in that moment, that's the first time actually when I started reading this book, and I opened this book and I was mind blown. Not only that I could understand the concepts that are like in this book, but I could actually just see deeper, further. Like when I was reading every sentence in this book, I had more and more things and knowledge and knowing, if you know what I mean when I say knowing, like, you know, with every cell in your body. I have more of that awakening in me, and just opening my heart and my mind to so much more than just our head, our mind can perceive. So I'm literally reading this book with my soul. So yes, if you want to understand more about frequency, if you want to understand more about your home frequency, the way the energy works in your life, then I recommend you to read this book. So if you do get this book and start reading it, I would love, and I would be super excited if you drop down in the comments your impressions, because I haven't heard a lot of people actually reading this book who I recommended it to, and I'm just curious, what's your intake on this book? Like, is this book magical just to me? Or are there other people? If you've read it, actually, I would love to hear about your experience with this book. I don't know, it just gets me very excited. Like, I swear, this book is magical. It's alive. It's alive. The second book, which I've heard about for years, but I only got it this year and I started reading it, is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I hope I pronounced it correct. Eckhart Tolle. I don't know. I looked how they pronounce his name in the audiobook, and I don't know why I'm struggling with pronouncing it properly, but yes, at least I gave it my best. I made an effort. So this book is actually way more beginner friendly, I believe. And so if you find The Frequency by Penney too advanced for you, and like you feel like you're reading alien language in there, then start with this book, because it helps you to actually, like, what I'm talking a lot about on this channel, about disconnecting with the mind and like being present. Eckhart talks a lot about in his book as well, and I just like the perspective that he talks about things, and about like how, same thing, that like love is at your core, at who you are, and it's a little bit more simple perspective, a more easy to implement guide on how to reconnect with who you truly are than it's in the Frequency book. So yeah, so if you are interested and excited to get more guidance and inspiration about self-love journey and about embodying who you truly are, but too like energy and spirituality is like too much for you, then this is a great book to start with. Yes, that's pretty much all I need to say. And the third book is Instructions to a New Life by Markus Rothkranz. And I don't have the book physically with me right now because I already bought this book like more than 5 times, and I kept borrowing it to people and never get it back, or just gifting it to people. So now I'm traveling and I don't want to get more books because it really adds to the weight of my suitcase. Yeah, but that's a very powerful, I would say that this is even more basic book than the previous two, The Power of Now and the Frequency book. This one is really like, if even The Power of Now is too advanced for you and you get lost a little bit and you're just like, your mind is like burning when you read it, then just start with the Instructions to a New Life. I love this book because after I read the Markus's book for Instructions to a New Life, I realized how cluttered my life is. I was already following him a lot on like detoxing, like raw vegan stuff and all that kind of like cool things, but I never thought about detoxing my life and just in general, like detoxing your mind. And it's just, if you are in a place that you want to restart your life from a new page and you just want to like turn the tables in your life, then read this book. Even if you don't want to turn the tables, but you want to make gradual improvements to your life so you can build over time a new, better life for yourself, then definitely start with Instructions to a New Life book. It's so easy to read, it's so fun and very profound at the same time. So yeah, this was my little share about my favorite books for the journey of self-love, of enlightenment, of building the best, most enjoying and fulfilling life for yourself. I'm using these books all the time as a guidance for myself. So if you've read these books, I would love to hear your opinion, your intake on it. And if not, write down in the comments which book you feel mostly attracted towards after today's video, after what I spoke here about. Write it in the comment below, which book are you gonna get to listen or to read next out of these 3. And thank you so much if you listened until the end. It means a lot to my channel. You are supporting the growth of the channel. You're supporting the growth of this powerful platform. YouTube is counting a lot the watch hours, so that like every minute that you're watching is a huge help. So if you also love this video and you found it very powerful and insightful, then give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody you care, and check out one of these videos for more powerful talks about self-love, about unconditional love, and just getting a better relationship with yourself. Thank you and see you in the next video. Bye bye.